So if you remember yesterday, I told you guys we were going to start learning what's called indirect quotations. So we have been learning direct quotations the last few weeks. A direct quotation is when we write a sentence, and if the person is speaking, it's called a direct quotation. We'll put quotation marks. We put quotation marks to show that the person is speaking, and the quotations go on the words that they are saying. Indirect quotations are a little different. Indirect quotations, we are repeating what was said. No one is speaking to anyone. We are just repeating what was said in the direct quotations. Indirect quotations do not have quotation marks. I didn't say that yesterday, but indirect quotations do not have quotation marks because the person is not speaking in that sentence, right? You only put quotations in a direct quotation because that person is speaking. But indirect, we're repeating, so there's no quotations. So I have 3 sentences. I'll do the first one with you guys, and I want you to try the last 2 by yourself to see if you can turn them into indirect quotations, okay? So these are direct quotations that I have here. We're going to take the direct quotation and we'll turn it into an indirect quotation. So first one, it says, can we play? Asks Nate. Can we play? Asks Nate. That's the direct quotation. Now I will take that direct quotation and I will turn it into an indirect quotation. So I would say, A asks, could we play? Nate asks, could we play? That's now an indirect quotation. I am repeating what Nate asked. He asked, could we play? Okay, you see that?
Why do you have to change can into could?
Sorry. Okay, Nate asked, could he play? All right, guys, so try these 2 on your own, okay? So the quotation is, Sam said, I like to run fast. Turn this into an indirect quotation. And then this one, my mom made a cake, said Jen. Turn this one into an indirect. Okay, try it out. Let's see. Yep. Y'all got it?
Did we write the first?
Okay. See what we have. All right, so Sam said, I like to run fast. Sam said, I like to run fast. Anybody has? Okay, Dennis, what you have? What's your indirect quotation?
Sam likes to run fast, he said.
Okay, that's kind of like, that's the same thing. You just push the plate, so not quite. Not quite. Okay?
Sam said.
Can't say I, you're not him. Yes, Sam said he likes to run fast. Huh? Yeah, Sam said he likes to run fast. Okay, so we cannot use I because we are not Sam. We have to say he, the pronoun he, because he was talking about him. Okay, next one. My mom made a cake, said Jen. My mom made a cake, said Jim. How would I write this as an indirect? Who's she?
Yeah.
Jen said.
Jen said.
She didn't make a cake.
Said.
What you got?
Said mom made a cake.
Not, that's not my mom.
Jen said her mom.
Yes, Jen said her mom made a cake. Jen said her mom made a cake. So guys, remember, you're repeating what someone said. You can't use pronouns that talk about you. It has to be about the person. So Jen said her mom made a cake. I can't say Jen said mom made a cake. I'm not related to Jen. Jen said her mom made a cake. Okay? So if you didn't write it this way, you may want to fix what you wrote and write it correctly like this, okay? And so you do it like a normal sentence, capital letter, period at the end.
That's easy.
All right, guys, so that's how we change direct quotations into indirect. This is how the test will be on Thursday. You'll have an indirect, I'll have a direct. You have to change it into a direct quotation, okay? All right, you can go ahead and get at your phonics and language. We're on 213. In your phonics and language, page 213. 213, stop being silly. All right, let's go ahead and go over it. Okay, so we're gonna write the words on the top line, top row. First word is skip. Skip, like I will skip in line. Skip. Skip.
Is it this page with Miss Fugents?
Is it 213? If
Yeah.
it's 213, then yep, that's the one. Skip. Okay. Skip, how do we spell skip? Okay, Carson. S-K-I-P. All right, next one, skips. Skip. All right, how do we write skips? Okay, Naraya skips. S-K-I-P-S. All right, next one, skipping. Be careful when you're adding that suffix ing. There's a rule. Skipping. Guys, hush. Okay, skipping. Faith, how would I write skipping? Skiping. Remember that has a sharp vowel in for the consonant. You have to double that consonant. Skipping. All right, and last one, skipped. 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 All right, skipped. How do we write skipped? Skipped. Joshua, you raise your hand or are you stretching?
How to spell skip? S-K-I-P-P Skipped.
Yes, Skipped. Again, you have to double those at consonant before you add a suffix ed. All right, your sentence on the bottom. The baby clapped his hands for joy. The baby clapped his hands for joy. The baby clapped his hands for joy. All right, we have our sentence. The baby clapped his hands for joy. Okay, awesome. All right, guys, let's look at the board. Cover a couple of things on the board. Take as long at all. Okay. All right. So if you remember, we're learning contractions. A contraction is when we have two words, two small words we put together to make a shorter word, right? And so some of the words that we shorten, we will take out some of the letters of that word and we put an apostrophe in place of those letters that we took out. Yesterday we did the A and am, right? It was just the M. And then yesterday we did will, we took out W-I and we put apostrophe L-L. So a contraction is two small words put together to make a shorter word. And we take out some of the letters and we put an apostrophe in place of those letters we took out. So the first one today we're going to do is and are. So is a word that we can contract. We usually take out the I in is and we put apostrophe S. Okay? Take out the I and is and put apostrophe S. Next we have are. When we have R, we will take out the the A, and we put apostrophe RE. So guys, you have to remember that when you're contracting the words, two words are still together, right? They're still together. We're putting it together for a shorter way to say it. Like when I did I'm yesterday, that's I am. So if I say I'm in first grade, what I'm saying is I am in first grade. So you got to remember that even though it's going to say I'm, the words are still I am. Okay. Or if you say your, that's you are together. Your. Okay. Just remember that. All right. So look at he is. If I contract he is, what does it become? He's. It will be H-E apostrophe S because we took out the I and put apostrophe. He's. She is. What will it become? She. Apostrophe S. And that's still she is. It's just written as she. Next we have we are. Dennis, if I contract we are, what is it?
Were.
Not were.
Where?
We're. We're. W-E apostrophe R-E. We took out the A. And you are, if we contract you are, what does it become? Mariah? Your. And get off the floor. No, your. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Your. Okay? So just remember, guys, when you're contracting it, yes, you're putting it a shorter way, and we do say it differently, but it's still, if you break it apart, those two words are still the words that you're saying. So even though we're saying he's, it's still he is. It's just we're saying it as he's. So if I say he's 10, I'm still saying he is 10. Same thing. Okay? All right, and let's diagram these sentences here. So remember, when we diagram a sentence, we are focusing on the subject and the verb of the sentence. So when you read it, we identify our verb. Right. So we have been through the ball. Where am I dividing? Been and through was the subject. Been and was the verb. And when I diagram it, I put been and through. Next one, Greg ran across the street. Where am I dividing? Between Greg and ran was the subject. And what's the verb? Ran. Greg is my subject. Ran is my verb. Awesome. All right. So good. That's it for phonics. Pretty light lesson. Okay, go ahead and get out your reading. Language then. Okay, your reading is page 31 today. You're reading page 31. Reading page 31.
Mr. Litch, can I read?
Yeah, we'll go around. All right, let's get started with 31. Our Little Echo is a poem. Dennis, you can start us off with 31. Huh?
Guys, there's a TV in the room.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna start with them. Dennis, unmute. Page 31.
We have an echo in our house, an echo 3 years old, with dimp cheek and wistful eyes and hair of sunny gold. This little echo, soft and sweet, repeats what others say and trots about and tirelessly upstairs and down all day. It makes us very careful not to use a naughty word. Left in the little
All right, so
in the echo shuttle toes.
we are focusing on abbreviating the months of the year. And so I have
It
this
begins.
today, I don't have all 12, you'll put it in practice. So today I have a 12, so abbreviate. So remember,
Again be heard, which first be such a dreadful thing,
so when we abbreviate the months, it's
and
start away.
as anyone can see,
Well, remember how we abbreviate.
as an
So we
echo
put
in
first
his
letter.
house. A little
Remember, it's our hand.
over 3.
We start with the capital letter, and then what do we abbreviate the months? First what? Okay, that's right. Do capitalize the first letter, and then what do we write for the abbreviation? The first 3 letters. Capital letters, first 3 letters, and what do we put at the end of the abbreviation to show that it's abbreviated? A dot. Okay, so I have 5 months up here. I have December, July, September, February, November. All of them, and then abbreviate it. Okay, you go ahead and begin. Okay, thank you, Dennis. All right, 32. Let's read our next story, The Eagle and the Mole. Okay, Avaya. Page 32.
An eagle flew into a deep forest one day to find a nice home for his wife. It must be perfect, he said to himself. After all, I must show her that I am the king of all birds. The king and queen of all birds must have a home just like a palace. He flew past tall trees, short trees, and stinky trees until he spotted the perfect one, a tall, wide, spreading oak tree with a thick trunk stood in the middle of the forest. The eagle laughed with joy. I found it, the perfect home.
Okay, good. So we're introduced to the eagle at the beginning of the story, man. And what is he looking for his wife? A home. He's looking for a home for his wife. So he flew past a bunch of trees, but finally he found an oak tree with a thick trunk, and he said that that would be the perfect home. Okay, 33, Joshua.
What page again?
33.
A mole heard the eagle celebrating and pocketed his head out of the ground. He called to the mighty eagle, "Your majesty should keep looking," said the mole. "This is oak tree is rotted at the roots and is not a safe place for a home." The eagle did not accept this kindly. He felt that it was not fitting for him, for a mole, to give offense to such a great bird as himself. So he sent the mole away without even a word of thanks.
Okay. So the eagle thought he found a home, but then the mole tells him what? What's wrong with the tree? It's not a safe tree. It's rotten. The roots aren't good. It's not a safe place. But did the eagle listen? No. He said he felt like that was a perfect home. Okay, Kelly.
Why wedding oak tree? The proud king and his queen always had a new home. When the eagle had been out for the last 6 months to finish the nest. From home for only 1 hour, but when she had returned, he found that the had fallen. All of our hard work is ruined, said the eagle. The moon was right if I listened to him and was not so proud, I would still have a beautiful home for me, for my family.
Okay, and so the eagle did not listen, and he brought his wife to the home, and they began to build their home, their nest there inside. One day, the kind of weather happened one day. It's a very big day, right? And what ends up tree of empty day? It fell down, and what happened to their nest?
It was ruined.
It was basically ruined. That's that they had worked so hard on. Okay, 35.
The mole popped his head out of the hole in the ground. He looked over at the fallen tree and he said, Eagle, I'm sorry about your home, he said. I am living along the roots and I know for just sure if the tree is safe or not. I'm sorry that I was proud, said the eagle. I will help you. Will you help me find a new tree? Yes, sir, said the mole with a smile. He will find the tree fit for a king.
Okay, and so the mole comes back and he's like, I'm sorry about your home, but did he tell them that already? Yes, and so the mole also said he knows that trees are good. Where does he live?
In the room.
In the ground, right? And are good or not because of where he lives, so he should have taken the advice of the mole. Okay, and so what does the eagle ask the mole to help him to find a new home that would be better for the trees? The mole, did he agree?
Yes. Yes.
Of course, he was gonna help. So yeah, he rejected the mole's advice, and the mole really knew how to find a good home. So he learned though. He wasn't gonna do that again. Try to ignore the mole's advice because the mole really knew. Okay, all right, that's our story today on the mole. All right, let's go ahead and review our adverbs definition, and then we'll be done for our second portion. Okay, so this week I'm only testing you guys on the definition. That's all you have to worry about on this week, is knowing the definition, okay? You don't have to worry about our list. We'll start our list on adverbs next week, okay? So let's go ahead and go over. So these are adverbs. That's our new part of speech we're learning. So let's read it together. An adverb is a word
that describes a verb
adjective,
and
or
action
another
verb.
So adverbs are describing words, but they describe verbs, adjectives, and other verbs. For example, and like I said, next week we'll start to break down what that looks like. So again, an adverb is a word that describes a verb, an adjective, or another verb. I think today you have to write it 3 times. That's your assignment for today, so make sure you do that as well, okay? All right, guys, that's it for our morning portion of Zoom. I'll see you guys later for our science, social studies, and math, okay? Bye-bye.